Rabbit hole continues today with the second video in a series where we're looking at some of the market value, some of the prices that you can get right now for some of these old Yu-Gi-Oh cards that you might have from like 20 years ago. I recently found a bunch of cards from my cousin from literally 20 years ago, 2002, 2022 right now. That, some of them might be worth a couple dollars, might try to sell some of them. I have sold some newer ones I have, but these specifically, this is from the starter deck Yugimoto and starter deck Seto Kaiba from all the way back in 2002, the very first decks they ever released for the game. They were released right next to each other, so both of them released the same day and everything. And these are the rankings of the cards that you can get in them. You will notice on here we do have some duplicates. For example, Monster Reborn, there are two versions. One came in one deck, one came in the other. There are some slight differences in their values, but for the most part, you will see a lot of the cards from these decks not worth a whole lot. We're looking at less than a quarter to up to maybe $1. But there are some standouts from here. So this video may be a little bit shorter. If you are interested in this series continuing, please leave a like on the video, comment, do whatever to let me know. Because I would like to keep doing these, but they do take a while to make. This one I did have to make from scratch, which is why some of the pictures look a little janky. Also, some of the artwork is not the original artwork, but these prices are from the original card, whatever that looked like. In the description will also be links to TCG Player as well as to a recent unboxing I did of a new Yu-Gi-Oh set on my second channel. So that'll all be in the description down below. A couple other things there, but yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about these cards for a minute. Obviously, you can see all the rankings here. Blue Eyes White Dragon from the Seto Kaiba set. Going ahead and getting that for right now the market price for, well, if you get Blue Eyes from Legend of Blue Eyes, which is our last video we did, it's actually worth about $50. But if you do get it from this set, it's going to be worth a lot less than that. I believe market value on it is about $25 or $30, so it is greater than $25. Now again, as I explained in the last video, market value, market price does not necessarily mean that you cannot get one for cheaper, but it means that typically the market value for this card is what is listed. So you might have some outliers that are higher or lower, especially if it's an older card that hasn't seen a lot of activity lately. Somebody might be just trying to get rid of it, might have it listed a little lower. But in general, I think this is the most accurate thing to use. So Blue Eyes only card on here greater than $25 value. Dark Magician only card on here greater than $10 value, other than Blue Eyes. And Change of Heart, which is still to this day, I believe, limited to one copy in the TCG official ban list. That's the only card above $2 right now, except the other two we talked about. So really, not a lot of value coming from these ones. You may have these cards mixed in with your other ones. It seemed like from the last set we did, Legend of Blue Eyes, there was a lot more value to be seen from that. And that will be linked again in the description below. So yeah, if you're like me and you bought 3 sets of the Blue Eyes deck when you were a kid because you needed the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and that's not how that worked. But I was 7 and I didn't understand that. Yeah, not a lot of value being derived from that. Some other notable cards, Summon Skull, Guy the Fierce Knight. Gaia was in Legend of Blue Eyes and he was worth a little bit more in that one. And I think that's why a lot of these cards just aren't worth as much, is because one, everybody got the decks to play. I feel like everybody was getting the decks to just open them up, get ready to go. You didn't need to buy 50 packs to try to make a deck out of. And also there's a lot of cards in here that are reprints. So Gaia reprint from Legend of Blue Eyes, as well as the Dark Magician and Blue Eyes itself. Though I think they had some different artwork. This is not the artwork that they had for sure for the deck. Yeah, you guys can see the rest of the cards though. Nothing really blowing us away. I do think it's interesting that one of the copies of Castle Walls is worth less than a quarter, and one of them is worth like 30 or 35 cents. Thought that was an interesting little switch here. We do see Sagan in here, which is a reprint from the last set, which for some reason the creator of that tier list left out, but still not worth that much money. Still though, interestingly, I believe the last set there was a lot more cards down here under a quarter. So there's a lot of cards in this set that are worth between 25 cents and $1. But again, you do have to have somebody actually willing to buy it. Not all of your cards are going to just immediately sell for that price, so don't get your hopes up there. But if you are interested in checking the prices for any of your old cards, or that you or your brother or your kid might have lying around, these are from 20 years ago, so it could be any of the above. These are what you see. Check the description for more, and I'll be back with another video with the next set later this week probably. Got a couple lined up. Thanks for watching, guys. Consider subscribing if you like tier lists or Yu-Gi-Oh talk or anything in between. With all that said, thank you, I already said thank you. I appreciate you watching. Have a good day.